Hello there and welcome to my Nintendo Gamecube collection. The Nintendo Gamecube wasn't a system that I owned when it was current gen, but I did buy a Nintendo Wii, and when I found out that the Wii had backwards compatibility for every single Nintendo Gamecube game, I decided to build up a Gamecube collection. So I'm going to start off with a very popular title, and that is Metroid Prime. And yeah, I've played it. I think it's a fantastic game, absolutely superb. If you've not played it, it's sort of a first-person sort of shooter slash adventure game, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. I also got Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. This one I haven't had the chance to play, but from what I hear, it's not quite as good as the first one, but it's still pretty decent from what I hear. So yeah, when I get the chance, I'll definitely play this. Next up, we have Pigment. Very good adventure game. The only downside with this game is that there is a time limit on how much you can collect, which Nintendo rectified with the sequel, which I actually own on the Wii. But yeah, other than that, it's really fun. Next up, we have Super Smash Bros. Melee, or Melee, depending on where you're from. Yeah, really good, very good game. Much better in multiplayer, obviously, but yeah, it was really entertaining. I don't know whether I would say this is better or worse than Brawl or even the original Smash Bros. But yeah, I think each game has its own charm. So, but yeah, they're all as good as each other in my opinion. As long as you're having fun playing them, that's all that matters. Next up, we have Tales of Symphonia or Symphonia. Yeah, very entertaining RPG. I've not managed to finish it because it's really long, but from what I have played, it's yeah, it's pretty entertaining. Next up, we have Super Mario Sunshine. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of this game personally because I played 64 and I played Galaxy and absolutely loved those, and yeah, this is kind of an odd, very odd design choices that Nintendo made with this one, but it's Mario. It's still decent. So yeah, pick it up if you get the chance for like cheap. Next up, we have Eternal Darkness. Very sort of surreal, mind-fucking survival horror. Yeah, it's really good, very entertaining. The controls aren't the best, but other than that, it's very good. It will sort of disturb you in sort of many different levels, and yeah, really good. For once, yeah, Silicon Knights actually made a good game. Who would have thought it after the disaster of Too Human? In my opinion, anyway. Next up, we have FZero GX. Yeah, fantastic racing game. Not as good as F-Zero X on the N64 in my opinion, because I thought that was a lot more of a fairly balanced game, and this one's a little bit more tricky, but yeah, it's still entertaining. Next up we have Zelda Wind Waker, or The Wind Waker. Yeah, you probably noticed this one's player's choice. And usually I don't buy this sort of platinum games or whatever, but I thought in this case it actually kind of makes the cover look kind of nice, with like the sort of gold and the sort of silver lining around the cover. So, but yeah, the game itself, I was sort of very sort of against the whole visual style of this game at the time, but to be fair, the cell shaded games in general have aged fantastically well. This being one of them. Yeah, the likes of sort of Jet Set Radio, for example, really sort of aged fantastic. But yeah, right up there with the best Zelda games. And speaking of which, I have the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition, and this comes with the original Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2: The Adventures of Link, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask. Yeah, as a collection, really, really good. My only sort of gripe with it is the inclusion of Zelda 2 and not the inclusion of Link to the Past, which is actually my favourite Legend of Zelda game. But other than that, yeah, really good. Next up we have Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. Not had a chance to play this one myself because this is the latest game I've managed to pick up. But from what I've been told from people, it's really good. So yeah, I'll check it out at some point. Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2. I know there was a third game called Rebel Strike, but I've never picked that one up. But yeah, this one's pretty good. I've not played it too much, but from what I've played, it's quite decent. So yeah, I'm not huge into Star Wars, but yeah, it's fun. Next up we have Resident Evil Remake. Yeah, fantastic remake. Probably one of the best video game remakes of recent memory. And I'm not massive into survival horrors like this, but yeah, I certainly prefer this in comparison to the original game, which sort of frustrated me quite a bit. And yeah, really good. Finally, we have Resident Evil 0. This is like a prequel to the original game, and yeah, it's not bad. I'm not really into the whole character switching deal, but other than that, yeah, it's a decent game. Not got very far into it because I'm not really into survival horrors. I'm not very good at them, but yeah, still decent. Okay, and that's it for my Nintendo GameCube collection. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions on what other GameCube games to pick up, please leave a comment below. And yeah, thank you for watching. See you later.